I've got Linda's quilt up here on the quilt bed. She's making this for her grandson who loves music and who plays the guitar. Look at this fantastic fabric. This actually is an upholstery fabric. It has a plush feel to it. It has a nap. This is the correct way. This way I can definitely feel the nap pulling up. So the front of the quilt does have a nap, and the back of the quilt is actually a blanket. It's actually a blanket that was created. You know how you can buy those? They're the fleecy blankets, the minky blankets that have the minky on both sides. They do have those pre-hemmed edges. So my friends, those do need cut off first. Linda cut that off before bringing it over because it has the minky back, because the front is a fleecy front. It's a very low pile, fleecy, minky front. The center, she's actually literally putting a piece of flannel into the center. She has a decent amount left over, so I'm saving all this for her, putting it over as small as I can on this side to give her as much as I can over there. I will almost always try to put your quilt over as far as I can one way, giving myself those 3 inches I really need, and then giving you as much as I can back over here. A couple of things. When minky happens, it frequently will suck in on the edges, so I do need to give myself a little bit more space, and there's not going to be enough minky left over for her to use it for something else. So in that case, I wasn't too worried about doing this and allowing myself that extra space, because frequently it will kind of sink in when I get one of these minky blankets. So I did want to show you that situation. The design we're putting on here is actually my guitar design, which is a wonderful combination of electric and acoustic guitars in a wandering fashion across the quilt. Now, we debated, originally she wanted it done in the cream color of thread, which would be almost a white, and then I called her and I let her know. When I have minky on the backing, it will frequently beard up to the front, pulling itself up with the thread and the needle. Even if I put in a brand new needle, it just wants to beard itself up. So I want you to realize that with the white thread and the white background sections on the front of your quilt, you will most likely see some of that bearding of the black minky coming through. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. If it were the case and you wanted to match the color of thread to the minky backing, it will help to disguise that. So we talked about, I said, obviously black is completely opposite of what you had in mind, which was white. But we looked at it and decided, no, the black actually is going to be a fine choice. And so that is exactly what we're going with. Here's one of those acoustic guitars right here. And because the front does have a nap, it's a little hard to see the stitching because it's trying to blend in and compete with the nap that's right here. If you look right in this section where it's a little bit thicker, fuzzier, furrier, that is part of that minky trying to pull up. And where it's black thread, it's not so obvious. I'm just pointing it out because I can see it because I've done enough quilts. But if that had been the white thread, yes, it probably would have shown there. So we did debate between the white and the black thread, and that's why we chose what we did. We're using the flannel as the batting center here. She did piece it along here, left a nice wide seam, and press that open. She did leave the selvage on at least one side, and that's perfectly fine because that's going to be the batting section, and she left a nice wide seam, so it's going to work out. The sides of this does have the selvage on each side. In fact, over here, you can actually even see the colors. She'll be trimming that off. But it worked out okay to be able to do it side to side this way. And because it has that nap to it, I did want to run it upwise if I possibly could. You can see those wonderful guitars shining on that fabulous minky backing right there. If you have minky, my friends, I'm comfortable with it. I've used much minky, and I'm very proficient at knowing how to run it. So other questions or thoughts, super happy to help you out. This is an unusual quilt, and I would love to be able to encourage you to send a quilt over here to Brenda's Quilting Studio. Let me know what you have going. Follow on Facebook and Instagram, where you'll see pictures of this and many other quilts. Have an amazing day.